1982, E.T. game comes out from Atari, and apparently it was a total flop. And then there's a rumor that Atari had to dump thousands upon thousands of these plastic cartridges in somewhere in Texas. And a Canadian film crew is trying to bring that myth up back from the dead. They're trying to expose it's possible that there are thousands of copies somewhere buried in Texas. And some people are saying this is a total hoax because this was simply a clearing out of Atari's Texas manufacturing plant as it transitioned to automated production methods and a focus on personal computer manufacturing. But apparently because of this publicity stunt, quote unquote, a lot of people started talking about this game and reminiscing, that game. And some people are saying it really sucked bad. Did you play this game? I don't remember playing this game. 1982, I don't think I had the Atari in 1982. I think I got it a little bit later. The Extraterrestrial, that was the name of the game. E.T., obviously based on the Steven Spielberg movie. And it was not a hit. And rumors, they threw it. Maybe they did throw, but thousands of copies? I don't think so. Usually they don't really go make thousands of copies, especially in those days when manufacturing was much harder, much more expensive. I don't think they would go out of their way to make thousands of copies. Nowadays, it's all in China, it's dirt cheap, so they might say, okay, make me 2 million copies, and then all of a sudden you're stuck with thousands of playbooks from RIM, for example, that they end up selling for dirt cheap, which, by the way, is an excellent product, and for close to $100, an amazing deal. It's got an IPS screen and everything, and I don't want to seg into an ad for them, but I have been using the playbook, and it's an absolute joy to use. An IPS screen for close to $100, come on. That's just amazing. And dual core processor and everything. So they, because of today's manufacturing trends, ended up making way too many of these playbooks because it's easy. You just call them up and say, yeah, give me 1 million or 2 million or whatever. In those days, I don't think they had that kind of leeway where they would just call up and say, yeah, give me 1 million. I think they were more in the roundabouts of thousands of units, like, you know what, let's just make a couple of thousand units, see how it sells, and then based on those sales we'll make another couple of thousand. And based on that, I think this never happened. There were never thousands of ET copies thrown away because they did not sell, because the game, quote unquote, sucked.